Today is day 2 of 7 on the Arizona Peace Trail. If you're new here, you might consider watching our previous video which documents our first day. To give you a quick summary, my dad and I have embarked on a 1,000-mile off-road loop over the course of 1 week traveling through western Arizona. Yesterday was our first day where we off-roaded from Parker to Lake Havasu City and explored 5 interesting spurs before tent camping last night. Today, we have another big day planned as we make our way north from Lake Havasu City through Bullhead City and Kingman to the Hualapai Mountains at 8,500 feet elevation. We expect to travel at least 120 miles today and are excited to explore some more spurs along the way. If you are not familiar with our channel, Off-Road Destinations, my name is Darren and with me is my dad Kirk. We are still in the beginning stages of the most ambitious trip of our lives. If you enjoy off-road adventures with some fun facts along the way, then buckle up, because we're on day 2 of the Arizona Peace Trail, and we're bringing you along for the ride. When we planned our trip, we did every other night in a hotel. So we did a tent camp last night, and we will be doing a motel tonight. So we're basically doing every other night. And now that we're actually in the middle of the Peace Trail, it turned out to be an excellent decision. It should be noted, though, that anybody doing the Peace Trail, you can, of course, tent camp the whole way, or you can stay in some form of a hotel or motel the entire way as well. So our next destination for this morning, for the first one of day 2, we are on our way to Oatman. And Oatman is going to be a little town with a lot of donkeys, hopefully.
Oh, what a quaint town. This is awesome.
This is the town of Oatman, which spurred as a small mining camp originally named Vivian. The town was renamed to Oatman in honor of Olive Oatman, a 14-year-old girl who was captured and enslaved by Indians after her family's massacre during their journey westward from Illinois in 1851. Oatman is home to more boroughs than people. Running right through the middle of Oatman is a stretch of the historic Route 66, the famous road that was the main highway route across the United States from the 1920s through the 1950s.
What's going on, donkeys? You want us to buy you some feed? You hungry? All right, donkeys, we got a bag of goodness. Come on. I don't know, she doesn't seem very appreciative.
I know.
Kind of like my dog, you know. This one wants something good.
You want something too, huh? I know, I'll give you 2. Don't worry, we got it all. There we go. That one doesn't want to come over and get any.
Nah, you didn't buy the premium feed.
I must not have.
Interestingly, these burros are direct descendants from the pack animals brought here by gold miners when the nearby mines were in full operation. At the end of World War II, when the gold mines surrounding Oatman were shut down, the burros were set free to roam the hills. A fun fact for the Arizona Peace Trail: the reason that this trail was created is the very small towns located over here in western Arizona realized they were getting a lot of business from the local off-roaders during the fall, winter, and spring, and they combined forces, coordinated together in order to make this trail. So whenever you're riding the trail, spend money at these little towns. You know, for us, it's an ice cream here, a burger there, but that's the reason that this trail exists, to support these little towns. We're going to do a quick pit stop in Bullhead, we're going to get some fuel, and then we're going to go to our next spur, which is going to be the Narrows.
Very cool. Pretty big city. Are we on a spur, or are we actually back on the Peace Trail?
We are back on a spur. We're going to be going to the Narrows.
Okay. These roads aren't terrible, but, you know, they're not the easiest to navigate either. You pretty much need a 4-wheel drive or, you know, a high-clearance vehicle to make it up here. Okay, I'm at the bottom, and I'm going left.
Alright, I will be stopped in a valley. You will be able to see me, or we will continue on.
Well, this is some wash 40 stuff, huh?
Yeah, try to get it over 48 miles an hour. I'm noticing at 48 it gets smooth. I'm going to be stopped up here.
Okay. Here comes a few vehicles. His rear wheel is toast. This reminds me of Lake Powell, except it has water in it at Lake Powell. This is so insane. This reminds me of Zion. This is incredible. I don't know how people could get vehicles in and out of this. Wow. I mean, this is pretty narrow stuff. I may have to move my mirrors in. Oh, the drive of a lifetime. Definitely not for the faint of heart.
Like, there's no way you're getting a full-size truck in here. I don't even know if you can get a mid-size truck other than a side-by-side. For the audience, we are a 72-inch vehicle. 72-inch, I'd say generally no problem. A couple inches on each side, I feel real comfortable. But if you have any kind of normal truck or you're wider than that, this is something to be aware of.
You know, a good word for this is like majestic. This is just majestic out here. It's incredible.
We have reached the end.
We have, yes.
Well, as the audience knows, we're picking up one piece of trash everywhere we go. So let's jump out and find our piece.
All right.
So at the end of this Narrows, this would be a raging waterfall or some form of a waterfall when it's raining. And
wow.
And that's where we came from. All right, I'm gonna find a bigger piece of trash than you on this one.
Maybe. I'm gonna have to jump up here.
Yeah, go for it. Don't break a hip though.
No. Oh, I see a huge piece of trash, but I can't get it. It's too big.
Oh, wow, we found a whole vehicle.
Damn.
There's a whole vehicle back here.
What? Yeah, that is.
This is a truck or something.
Oh, that is. Wow.
Wow. All right, Kirk. You can't
I can't take a piece off.
No, you cannot. You can't piecemeal something bigger.
All right.
But for me,
yeah.
I found mine.
Okay. I think I found a piece of paper. Yep, it's not connected to anything, so it's a piece of trash. I'm taking it.
All right, it counts.
Yeah, let me just look up here real quick. Boy, this is an awesome
like a
place.
kid in the candy store here.
Man.
Follow my pops.
Wow. That just keeps going back for, oh man.
I'd say, look at it goes all the way to this huge waterfall right there. That's what this is.
Wouldn't that be awesome if that was raining and
you were talking about
water's coming
majestic? That would be majestic
Yeah.
for sure. Let's jump back in those side-by-sides and go to our next destination.
So as we exit the Narrows, I am improvising the trail a little bit to try to get back to the Peace Trail.
Okay, no problem.
And those guys were cool. They threw up the number, letting us know how many guys are in their group. As a reminder, if you're a newbie, you throw up the number. It's not a peace sign. 2 means there's 2 people behind you. 1 means 1 person. Or you throw up the fist, and the fist means 0. No people behind you. So for reference, we are not on the Peace Trail currently. It is my intention to try to take whatever this path is, which has not been planned out so far, and I'm hoping that we can navigate to the Peace Trail from this path. Clearly we are in a canyon that we cannot exit. Hopefully we are not getting ourselves further and further off course. I feel like all I gotta do is get to higher ground, find a path that gets me towards the Peace Trail, and we can meet back up with it. By doing so, we avoided backtracking and did a cool little loop. Definitely a risk, but we'll see if it pays off. Nailed a big rock. Look at my rim here. I see where I nailed it on the tire. Tire still looks good. Okay. Kirk, there's a big submerged rock around one of those corners. Just be careful.
All right, thank you.
I hit a decent sized rock on one of my tires. Everything looks okay, but I will say the lack of spare tire flashed before my eyes.
I was thinking that's what you're telling me about all the big rocks.
I believe this is a marked trail, and it should help us meet back up with the Peace Trail. The improvisation worked out.
Awesome. This is 25 degrees down. 26? Look at that.
We got bras and panties, guys.
Welcome to our next bra and panty tree. We have Sean and Lori started this tree in 2012. I don't know you guys, but thank you.
As we leave Bra and Pantie Tree, we are now on our way to the next spur, which is Tyro Mine. And if my research is done correct, we should be able to get out and walk around and check this place out. Maybe see some interesting tunnels.
Sounds like a plan.
Hopefully you brought your flashlight.
I have like 6 flashlights, I think. You know me, over-prepared.
That's the kind of dad you want, guys. You want an over-prepared one. Because if you have an over-prepared dad, what does that mean, sons? It means you can under-prepare. Check out this rock feature in front of us. Gorgeous.
That is definitely one of the wonders of the world, I think.
looks like a finger pointing to the sky. So up ahead we have Tyro mine. This is located in Bullhead City. This is one of the few mines that we have scheduled for our peace trip adventure. Generally speaking, mines, if you're into them, they're really interesting, but for the sake of our channel, there's just too many mines out here to visit them all. So I tried to cherry pick what I felt to be the most interesting of mines. So this particular mine is the kind that you can walk around and explore a little bit. You know, I don't know how long it'll take to explore. This is the first time that we're going to be here, along with all the other spurs that we've been doing, but we're going to find out. For reference, this is going to be our most north destination on the entire Arizona Peace Trail. That looks like a big mining operation. I have a feeling we are at the correct place. Looks like we got plenty of people here. Always cool to see other off-roaders.
So we just got to Tyro mine, Dad. And
it's called Tyrone?
Tyro.
Tyro.
Yeah, and check this out. This is all that we see right now.
Wow.
Check this out. Yep, just a hole in the ground. Apparently we can go in here. I see a lot of
your head because you're pretty tall.
I see a lot of footsteps. So.
Oh.
Come on in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it feels so cool and nice.
Oh, it is cool. I'm glad I brought my coat now.
As we're walking, we see the old dynamite holes. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
So we walk through the main tunnel, the entrance, and what we see, it starts to open up here, and we got some support structures, some beams. I'm not sure the danger yet, but I'm certainly going to climb the ladder to find out if it is. Sweet.
Wow.
Wow. So this is obviously where they've dug in. This is where they mine. Whatever they were mining for was here, right?
Darren's going down the chute. Don't know where it goes. Oh, that's a ways down.
I made it.
Oh my gosh. There you go. It's still on.
I think Dad needs to take the ladder away.
I'm going the ladder way.
So they were clearly digging into the side of this. These are all dynamite holes, and dynamite have never found their way into the holes, I guess. And that's the cool thing about like a lot of these destinations we're going to is the fact they're so off the beaten trail that they don't get a lot of vandalism. You know, yeah. If you're an off-roader, you're generally going to be respectable.
So we just left Tyro Mine. That was an excellent place to check out. Highly recommended, especially if you have a family and you want to have a picnic there. Inside the mine, it was nice and cool. It didn't feel like it was dangerous. I should clarify, you know, if you have very small toddlers, I would definitely avoid it. But if you have kids that can somewhat think for themselves, you'll be totally fine. I'll also add that we did not explore everything that we could have explored just because we're on a tight schedule for the day. Okay, I think we can go around these rocks, but I can't for sure tell.
You want to get out and look?
If you guys are looking to do the Peace Trail, you come to the right place. Follow these tracks if you have a side-by-side, and I guarantee it'll be the best Arizona Peace Trail experience you can possibly plan. Shoot, my awesome loop may not be coming to fruition.
Okay.
Remember how I was talking about following my tracks and having an awesome loop? Yeah, so I also save you guys time if you don't follow my tracks as well. So win-win for you. We are on our way to the next spur, the Caretaker's house. Once we get there, I'll let you guys know what it's all about.
Established in 1897, this rock house stands today as a monument to Jonathan Draper Richardson, his wife Victoria, and their 3 children. The family made the journey from Los Angeles in 1896, crossing 360 miles of desert in the summertime with a covered wagon and 2 horses. Upon arrival in 1897, they settled here with 160 acres where they lived the rest of their lives. On this land, they had an orchard with a variety of fruits where passing travelers could stop by and enjoy. They celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary in 1931, and 4 years later, Victoria died of cancer, followed by Draper in 1940.
Bit of a rock garden here. We just finished taking a look at the Caretaker's house. That was pretty cool. A little historic moment in time. And we are now headed to Secret Pass.
You going up and low?
Yeah, I'm in low right now. You know what it does is I think it goes up and it turns around to the right.
I think you're right.
Looks pretty gnarly though, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it in low for now. Yep, this is gnarly. I don't know what I got ourselves into, but we're gonna follow this trail. If you have any kind of vehicle, you won't have confidence in rock crawling. This is not the trail for you. The trails, guys, have different ratings. You go from one end of the spectrum, a van can do it, all the way to the other end of the spectrum. Like, you gotta have a raised 4x4 designated off-road vehicle. When we started this trip, full disclosure, I did not look at any of the ratings, although I could have. I just winged it. You know, we did come in with a lot of confidence with these vehicles, so I didn't really worry about the rating. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that might have been a medium, but you know, I'm not as familiar with the rating, so be sure to look into that, guys, based on what vehicle you have.
Just to let you know, this is like limp mode for me now. It's not giving me full power.
Any idea what it could be?
None whatsoever. When we were back there, it did seem like it took a little longer after I pushed the button for the engine to start.
Is it a trip ending issue?
I have no idea. Maybe when we get into Kingman, if I can make it that far and get gassed, we take a look at it or something and see what's going on.
You hear that, guys? Kirk's Can-Am says check engine, and it's not giving him full power. He's limping through right now, but we don't know where this is all going to be headed now.
Yeah, the sucky part is, I'm like full throttle just making it up this hill, but it's not, the engine's not going full throttle.
Is it worth turning off and trying to turn back on, or are you worried it may not turn back on?
I am worried about that.
Well, if we go left there, that's a straighter shot to Kingman. Oh, this is a bummer. What does my gut say? My gut says our adventure is done. We are limping through Kingman. Kirk's vehicle does not go past 40 miles an hour, so we are still limping through.
Hey, now I'm having some steering issues.
What is it? Your vehicle's like slowly failing?
We're stranded right now. We're trying to debug Kirk's vehicle. We think it might be electronic or a battery issue. We're doing test runs and jump starting it, but we'll keep you in the loop. So before, Kirk did not have full power on his vehicle. We just jump started it from a Good Samaritan. Now we're kind of thinking that, is the alternator not working correctly? Is it not charging the battery? Is it a bad battery? We're not sure where we are with that yet, but we're thinking we're gonna be driving to Walmart, maybe picking up possibly a battery, maybe some jumper cables, and definitely a voltmeter to really figure this out.
Turns out Kirk's battery, his positive bolt, was not screwed down tight enough. I went ahead and made it a little bit tighter, and all of a sudden everything seems like it started to get a lot better. It appears like we might be back in business here. We did go to the O'Reilly Auto Parts, we turned the machine off, we turned it back on. It does appear to be functioning correctly now, and we are now officially on track to go to the Hualapai Mountains. So far, the Peace Trail does appear to be saved.
All right, well, we just got to the Hualapai Lodge. If you're going on the Arizona Peace Trail, we highly recommend you stay at this lodge because it's pretty chilly up here. We're at 8,500 feet elevation. There's definitely snow on the mountains behind us, and it would definitely snow here if a snowstorm came through. Hey guys, we made it into Hualapai. We're eating some food here. We seem to have fixed Kirk's vehicle, but my radio is not transmitting. There's no communications. After this dinner, we're gonna go out, try to pull off some connections and just see if maybe we can figure that out. But man, the last half of this day has been a long day. It's only day 2, so I think I've aged already. I can see the wrinkles already, but we'll catch back with you in a bit. I don't know if we're gonna make it through day 3, man. We've taken the vehicle apart. Look at all those wires, man, all those accessories I have. But I think the problem, it's not official, but everything is working again where it wasn't working before. It looks like the fuse, the inline wire fuse in here, may not have been pushed in all the way. Yeah, we went from trip basically canceled to like, man, we're going down the Waterfall Mountains and we're gonna find the Gold King Mansion tomorrow, guys. So again, like and subscribe if you want to catch day 3. It's gonna take me a while to edit these videos, so it'll pop up in your feed if you hit the little notification bell. So you guys take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, looks like there's a creepy old abandoned house.
Check this out. This is so awesome.
The Gold King Mansion from the Arizona Peace Trail, that trail is not for the faint of heart. All right, Dad, you ready to continue down the Peace Trail?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.